morning, Ms. Sigels Nube. Good morning, Ms. Owe. Good morning, Mr. Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Mkhize. Thank you.
Good morning, Chair. Chair, we have General Shibiri returning today for the cross-examination. Chair's already greeted my learned friend, Mr. Mkhize SC, who was instructed by Mr. Cassius Loliwe from Loliwe Attorneys. Chair, the witness, I think, still remains under oath. There are a few housekeeping issues that we need to address from last week. There are additional documents, Chair. The first is a further supplementary statement by General Shibiri, which Chair will find it should be in a third divider in the statement file, which is file 1. And it is from page 1 to 6, and then there's an annexure, which is an unsigned statement of Sergeant Ndlela that from page 7 to 11, which General Shibiri referenced last week in his evidence. And then, Chair, there's also a new file, file 4, which is additional exhibits. And that file, Chair, contains additional exhibits CJC 89 to CJC 102, which we will deal with when we deal with cross-examination. General Shibiri and his legal team have had those documents and they have prepared on that basis. Chair, what we propose to do is for General Shibiri to go through his short supplementary statement so that it's part of his evidence in chief before we start with his cross-examination.
Good morning, General.
Good morning, Commissioner.
Thank you. Will you be leading the...
Yes, Chair, I will.
Right, thank you.
General, in front of you, file 1, which is the statement file, there should be a file divider which has supplementary statement, which is the statement that you submitted. It's the 6th page, I think. Do you have it? Perhaps if someone from the attorneys can just assist.
Is at the beginning?
Towards the end of the file, General, towards the end. Towards the end, there should be 2 separators, and your supplementary statement is the second last separator.
That's fine.
Councilors. You have it now, General?
That's correct.
Okay. So we can skip the first paragraph. You don't need to reintroduce yourself, but can you just deal with paragraph 2 where you give context to the reason for the supplementary statement?
Thank you very much. It reads as follows. I provide this supplementary witness statement for the limited purpose of clarifying certain aspects of my earlier written statement submitted to the Commission, in particular the contents of paragraph 193 thereof, and to place the Commission additional information that has come to my attention following the emergence of further statements and documentary material. In paragraph 193 of my earlier statement, I referred to sworn statement affidavit deposed by Sergeant Fison Ndlela, Annexa RS10, which forms part of the evidentiary material before the commission. It is necessary to clarify the precise meaning of what was conveyed in that paragraph. My statement should not be understood to suggest that Sergeant Ndlela expressly disputed the version advanced by witness A. What I intended to convey was that Sergeant Ndlela's statement does not contain an allegation that prompted or suggested or insinuated that the investigators should accept bribery or any form of gratification. My observation in paragraph 193 was therefore directed not to a contradiction, but rather at the absence of that allegation in the statement of a witness who was present at the same meeting. Given the seriousness of the allegation that I suggested or insinuated the acceptance of a bribe, I considered it appropriate to draw the Commission's attention to the fact that the witness present during the same engagement does not record the allegation in his sworn statement. Sergeant Ndlela personally provided me with signed statement which he deposed on the 7th July 2025. The affidavit bears his signature and reflects that it was executed on the same day. I have now noted that an affidavit attributed to Sergeant Ndlela dated 8th July 2025, which did not form part of the original statement disclosed when the investigators' affidavits were first presented to the Commission, has recently been submitted before the Commission and appears to have signed one day after the affidavit of Sergeant Ndlela had previously provided to me. The timing of the appearance of this affidavit raises question as to why a statement was signed on the 8th and was not placed before the Commission earlier, together with other statements obtained from members involved in the investigation. The Commission may therefore wish to consider circumstances under which the affidavit dated the 8th July 2025 has now been produced and why it only surfaced at this stage of the proceeding after I have presented my written statement before the Commission. This may have a bearing on the completeness and chronology of the evidentiary record placed before the Commission. In addition to the signed affidavit, Sergeant Ndlela had personally handed to me an unsigned document which he explained had been given to him as a prepared statement for signature. That document already contained typed statement in an affidavit form. It had eventually been prepared in advance.
General Shibiri, can I just ask you, when you read paragraph 11, if you can scratch out the name of the sergeant that appears there and refer to him as witness C? Please, can you do that now if you have not done it?
May I mark it so that I don't forget?
Yes, please.
C, you said.
Correct, Chair.
Yes. Thank you.
Sergeant Ndlela informed me that he had been requested to sign that prepared affidavit and witness C that the content were intended to be similar of the affidavit disposed by witness A. I retained that unsigned prepared statement which is annexed thereto as marked RS12 because it appeared to demonstrate that the statement had been prepared for him prior to any oath being administered. The existence of the prepared and unsigned affidavit together with the later appearance of signed affidavit containing materially similar contents raises a question as to whether statements ultimately placed before the Commission may have been prepared in advance and subsequently executed by the deponent. I place these facts before the Commission so that it may consider whether the circumstances surrounding the preparation and execution of the affidavit have any bearing on the independence and reliability of the statement. I further note that the jurate records that the statement was sworn before Commissioner of Oaths at Deep Blue on the 8th of July 2025 at 1600 hours. However, details appearing beneath the signature of oath reflect that the official's business address record as headquarters 284 Pretoria Street, Pretoria. It therefore appears to indicate that it was sworn in at Deep Blue, while the Commissioner of Oaths details appeared to be documented at subset headquarters in Pretoria. I do not know under what circumstances the affidavit was commissioned or whether the Commissioner of Oaths was physically present at the location stated in the jurate when the oath was purportedly administered. The apparent discrepancy between the place commissioning and the official address of the Commissioner of Oath raises a question as to whether the affidavit was sworn before the Commissioner of Oath in the manner required by law. In paragraph 254 of my earlier statement, I recorded consent that certain members of the South African Police may have been approached and potentially induced with promises of career advancement or promotion and exchange in advance information concerning me.
Sorry, can you just read that properly into the record, General? It is important. It's an important allegation that you make there, that there was promises of career advancement or promotion in exchange for providing.
Promises of career advancements or promotion in exchange for providing adverse information concerning me, in particular from information provided under oath by Sergeant Daniel Mutau, indicated that he had been approached by members sought information regarding my relationship with Lieutenant General Sivia, suggested that career advancement could follow if he cooperated. I have since noted from supplementary witness statements submitted by witness A that he presently holds the rank of warrant officer. It appears that until as recently as 3 March 2026, witness A held the rank of sergeant, that he has since been promoted. I wish to state clearly that I do not begrudge any member of South African's police service legitimate career progression. However, in light of the concerns already raised regarding possibility that members may have been approached or encouraged to provide adverse information, the timing and circumstances surrounding such promotion may warrant careful examination. I place these clarifications before the Commission to assist in obtaining complete and accurate factual record. My intention in placing these facts before the Commission is not to cast aspersions upon any individual, but to ensure that the Commission has the benefit of all relevant circumstances when evaluating the evidence before. I remain committed to cooperating fully with the Commission and to assisting it in establishing the truth regarding the matters under the investigation.
Thank you, General. Chair, that is then the evidence in chief, so to speak, of General Shibiri. We will now proceed with the cross-examination portion, and Ms. Poe is going to commence the cross-examination on the aspects of the General's dealings with Mr. Madlanga, his chats with Sergeant Nkosi, the Musakaula aspect, and then the SAPS Medicare 24 Tshwane district contract. Thereafter, I will commence cross-examination on the other aspects contained in the General's statement. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Sigers-Mube. Yes, Ms. Poe.
Good morning, Chair. Chair General, for the purposes of this segment of the cross-examination, I'll be making use of two files. That is file 1 with the general statement, as well as file 3, which contains the WhatsApp chats between General and Sergeant Nkosi. General, do you have those two files in front of you?
File 1.
File 1
and
with
file
your statement, and file 3.
That's correct.
Yes. And then just so that we have a sense of how we'll be dealing with file 3, General, if you can start by going to page 14 of file 3, that is CJC 86.
I'm at
You will see there,
page 14
page 14, yes.
on top.
Yes, the red page 14.
I'm there.
Yes, you'll see there that there appears two numbers. One is a number for Sergeant Nkosi, and the other number is your number. Can you confirm that that is indeed your number?
I confirm.
And which number is this? Is this the SAPS or your personal number?
It's my personal number.
Thank you, General. And then if you can then also go...
Before you do that,
Apologies.
identify which one is Sergeant Nkosi's, because there are 3 numbers here.
Yes, General, you'll see that there are 3 numbers. The first 2 are identical. Can you confirm that those 2 belong to Sergeant Nkosi?
I guess so. I confirm. I
You
don't
get
know them
so-
by head. Yes, I confirm.
Yes, they do. And then that the last number there that says General Shibiri Head Office OCI, that is your number.
That is correct.
All right. Then, General, if you can, we'll do the same exercise for your second number. If you can go to page 146, you'll see there the second set of chats.
I think the flags make it easier to navigate. Perhaps you should refer to the page number, fine, but also the flag.
My apologies, Chair, because I'm working electronically. Let me find my file.
I am at page 146.
No, if it complicates your life, it's fine. We'll find the pages.
Yes, Chair. If there again, General, there are 3 numbers. The first 2 belong to General Sergeant Nkosi. Can you confirm that?
I confirm.
And that the last one there is then your number. That's your SAPS number. You confirm that.
That is correct.
Thanks, General.
What is OCI?
Organized crime investigations.
Thank you. If we can then go to page 28 of your statement.
am at page 28.
General, there you deal with your communications on WhatsApp and Signal. In particular, there was a request from the Commission for you to provide WhatsApps for a period of 1 Jan 2024 to 31 December 2025. And so in this section of your statement, you provide reasons as to why you couldn't provide those WhatsApps. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Now, General, let's deal with the first number, the 071 number. This is the cell number where you say that the phone was stolen at a soccer match.
That is correct.
I'm referring to paragraph 87 in particular. And your explanation is that your phone was then replaced in March 2025. Do you see that? That's at paragraph 91 of your statement.
On bundle 1.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's the very next page.
Yes.
You see that you say that during March 2025, I purchased a replacement cellular phone.
Yes.
Right. So, General, if you look at the chat, I'm sorry, we'll just be navigating between the two files. If you go to page 63 of the chat.
Of the chat.
Yes.
I'm at page 63.
Yes. You will see there that you had a conversation with Sergeant Nkosi in the morning of the 8th. Can you see that?
Yes.
If you look at chat 1, perhaps, General, let me pause to say, when you're looking at that page, the green blocks would be messages that Sergeant Nkosi is sending. The gray blocks would be messages that you are sending. Where the block has nothing in it, that represents a call. Can you see that on the page? So if you look at chat 1, there is a message that comes from Sergeant Nkosi that is sent to you on the 8th in the morning. Can you confirm that?
Yes.
And then you respond and say, is this true? That's at chat 2.
Yes.
And then you'll see that the following message comes from Sergeant Nkosi on the 10th, where he attempts to call, he then sends a hey, and then again tries to call again. Can you see that?
Yes.
And then if you continue on, you'll see that he also tries to call 2 more times. That's on page 64. That's chats 1 and 2. And then you'll see on the 19th, it says empty message. Can you see that?
Yes.
And then on the 20th, you resume communications by sending what appears to be a TikTok link. Can you see that?
Yes.
And General, what this shows is that by the 20th of February, you had a device that was operational and you were already in communications on WhatsApp. Can you see that?
Yes.
So your version that you only got a replacement phone in March is not supported by your WhatsApp exchanges with Sergeant Nkosi. Can you see that?
That's correct.
So would you like to correct that version then about when you got a replacement phone?
Yeah, I would like to, but I won't have a date because I was estimating that from the 8th of February, when my instrument was stolen, it will be in March or end of February where I would purchase the current instrument. So based on this evidence here, I can change to that date.
All right. So from the 20th of February, you were already back on a new device and communicating.
I agree, according to the evidence before me.
Yes, General. And so for at least this number, you could have provided us with the WhatsApp chats requested for at least from the 20th of February until the end of the 31st of December 2025. Can you see that?
Yeah, if I had.
Why didn't you?
As I indicated on my statement, now and then I delete my messages for storage purposes, and sometimes it deletes itself when I forward for a certain period. It is how it is said. And again, as it was indicated when I went to the service provider, my cloud my backup was not activated.
So, General, you are saying that you couldn't give us those WhatsApps because you either deleted everything periodically from that date and you were not backing up. Is that your version?
Yes. And some, they deleted themselves.
Some deleted themselves.
Yes.
Is it that your messages do an auto-delete?
Yes.
And General, are you aware that even whether you deleted yourself manually or through an auto-delete, it leaves a footprint in your WhatsApps?
Yes.
So if you had provided the WhatsApps, we would have been able to see those instances where you deleted.
Yes.
But you chose not to give us those WhatsApps.
No, I indicated on my statement that I went to Vodacom and they couldn't help me. And I went to our cyber office. Also, they couldn't help me. I indicated even the name of the kennel I spoken to. So not to say I chose not to.
General, remember, we're still dealing with your 071 number. We'll get to your 079 number,
Yes.
where you explain that you then go to Vodacom and pursue that avenue.
Yeah.
I'm asking as it relates to your 071 number.
Yeah. Even my 071 number, you will remember I also attached even my request to Vodacom, which it happened on the 11th month of 2025, where I was requesting even my atomized billing for the calls I made from that particular phone for the whole duration. I even paid something like 2,800, of which it didn't help me with anything.
Do you accept, General, that Vodacom could only ever help you with itemized billing, which would be your calls and your SMSs? They weren't going to be able to assist you with WhatsApp.
Yeah, I accept now because I know now. I didn't know that.
Yes. And my second point is that had you given us your device, we would have been able to retrieve this information and perhaps even see all of the areas where you say you deleted or the phone may have automatically deleted the messages.
That option was there and nobody asked.
And you didn't offer either, despite our requests for the WhatsApps.
I thought by explaining that I went to length to our cyber and also to Sabrik, where I couldn't get help. If you have help, you could have said we can assist you with that, because I didn't know you are having. But I did indicate in the report which I sent that I tried to do 1, 2, 3 in order to get this, and this is where I ended. So
So, General, would you, in short, be willing to give us your devices for us to perform that exercise?
I have my devices with me. I can give it to you if you want.
All right, thank you, General. And then let's deal with your 079 number.
Before you do that, General, I don't understand how you would make a mistake. In paragraph 87, you say your device, your 071 number, was stolen in February 2025, and yet the WhatsApp messages indicate that you were communicating in, is it October, on this same number. How do you make that kind of mistake, if it is a mistake? February and October are significantly far apart. Unless I'm unless I'm reading this wrong, page 14 of that SMS bundle says time period is 10/15/2019 to 10/8/2025. So that's in October. But you've also conceded to Ms. Bowe that you were speaking to Sergeant Gossi in August. Now, you say that device, 071, was stolen in February 25. How would you make that kind of mistake? Even if you say, I didn't quite recall when, it's too big a difference for you not to recall that it was not in February, it was in the later part of the year.
No, it was lost in February the 8th. And the date which I was not sure, or which I indicated, he started working in March. I thought I bought the new device in March 2020. It's before the chat in October. So March is 1 month after it was stolen.
Sorry, I don't understand that answer.
Commissioner Baloyi, perhaps let me be of assistance.
Please.
So on page 14, where it says time period, that is our technician's download of the period in Sergeant Gossi's phone. So if you go to that conversation on the 8th, you'll see that there is a place where it stops communications. You'll see communication from Sergeant Gossi. You won't see anything from the general. It's only on the 20th where conversations resume. And so that accords with the version that there's some interruption of his usage between the 8th and the 20th.
The 8th and 20th of which month?
Of February. Yes. So he had his phone and was using it. His version is once it was stolen, he didn't have any of those communications on his side. And when he got the replacement device, he didn't have any backups. So all he had at his disposal would be chats commencing from the 20th when his new device was bought.
Okay, thank you.
General, if you can then look at, let's move to your 079 number. You deal with that at paragraph 92. You say there that the phone overheated and lost functionality, and then you proceeded to go to Vodacom for assistance. What you don't tell us is when exactly was it fixed? Was it fixed that very day?
Yes.
And then as relates to this phone, again, you would have been able to give us the chats from April once it was fixed.
Yes.
So even with this phone, your version remains that there was no backup. 2, that you periodically deleted messages as well, even on your work number.
Yes, but there is some few messages.
And did you provide us with that some few messages?
No.
Why not?
Maybe I was clouded by that thing that most of my WhatsApp messages were deleted. But there are still here those who few messages when I checked, I saw them.
So will you be able to provide us with those messages then?
Yes, I can provide even today.
General, you then say at paragraph 94 of your statement that to the best of your recollection, you do not recall receiving or sending WhatsApp messages to Mr. Madlanga after the phone was repaired. Now, is this in relation to both phones or just the one phone?
I think it's in relation with my work phone, but on the private phone, I remember I phoned. I didn't send a message. I remember I phoned in January 24th, because there was something I wanted to discuss with, and I think also in January 7, I think I phoned the wrong Vusi. I was not phoning him. I can remember I was in Atlantis in Western Cape when I made the call. And the other one I can't remember, but I've seen there was a call in March. And the other one in May.
General, let me help you. If you go to CJC 86, so that's file 3, just after the index.
It will be page?
So it starts on page 1.
Page 1.
Yes.
I'm there.
So if we look at that first little table, would you confirm that the number, that 071 number, that's your number?
That's correct.
And the second number there is that of Mr. Madlanga.
I will agree.
Okay. And then you'll see that these are downloads. These are WhatsApp downloads from Mr. Madlanga's phone.
Yes.
And if you scroll to page 2, perhaps even if we start on page 1, you'll see you make a call to Mr. Madlanga on the 30th of December.
That's correct.
I'll just for now focus only on the calls.
Yes.
And then if you go to page 2, you'll see you call Mr. Madlanga on the 31st of December, my apologies. You then call him again on the 7th of January.
Yes.
He calls you on the 23rd of January. You call him on the 24th of January. He calls you or returns your call on the 24th, and then you call him again on the same day. And then he calls you and you call him.
And all of these are 2025.
Yes, and that's 2025. And then you see in February, he calls you on the 7th of February. You then also call him on the 7th of February. You go to page 4, on the 14th of March, he calls you. Then you return the call again on the 14th. And then in May, he calls you on the 2nd. And then you call him on the 9th of May. So there was quite a few calls between you and Mr. Madlanga on that phone.
Yes.
starting from the 30th of December 2024.
Yes.
And you'll see, General, you don't record that in your statement. All you say is that to the best of your recollection, you do not recall receiving or sending messages to Mr. Madlanga.
After the phone was lost.
Yes, remember, now your phone would have been repaired. The first one would have been in February, and the second one was operational, as you said, in April.
Yeah.
So in both instances, after the relevant time, you were in contact with Mr. Madlanga.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you to say in my statement, I indicated that after I have fixed my phone, I don't recall calling him on my official phone. But this is my private phone. And you have corrected me that by the 20th of February, I bought another phone. I thought by March.
See, General, you wouldn't have to recall if you had provided us, at least had a look at your devices, because the call's data remains. The messages can be deleted, but the call data remains on your WhatsApp. So you would have been able to say to us that you remained in communication with Mr. Madlanga after both phones were operational.
I'm not sure how it remains. I still need to be educated on that. I couldn't see them. I couldn't see them, hence I even went to Vodacom to look for the itemized billing. But I am not saying it doesn't remain, it doesn't show. But on my phone, I don't know why does it show.
On your WhatsApp.
And General, I don't think that an itemized billing from Vodacom would have assisted you with the record of your WhatsApp texts. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree, Commissioner.
Thank you.
I was tempted to bring my phone so that I can see if ever I can see my calls which were deleted.
General,
Because I never saw them. Not to say it's ignorance, I don't know.
General, it's fine. What we will do, because you have agreed that we can download your devices and the WhatsApps in particular.
Yes.
So we will get our technicians to do so.
All right.
Before we leave page 4, before we leave this, are you prepared to accept that a week before Mr. Madlanga's arrest in May 2025, you were calling him and he was calling you, and the last call of 9 May 2025 is from you to him a week before his arrest?
Yes, but as I was saying, I remember on this day, on the 9th, I was somewhere in the farms in Mpumalanga. We were looking for the missing Asarindlovu, and we found the bones. And where we were, there was no signal. And I don't see the reason why I could have phoned him. But I remember there was somebody whom we wanted to check with somebody from Mamelodi, but I'm not sure. But I might have phoned him. I'm not sure. It is like the one I was saying on the 7th. I was in Atlantic.
General, don't go to the 7th. Just look at page 4, and do you accept that on the 9th of May 2025?
Yes.
What it shows us is that you called Mr. Madlanga.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Ms. Bowe, I may, depending on what what the statement says, I may or may not have a question. If you could just direct me again to where the general states that he doesn't have recollection of his communication with Mr. Madlanga.
As paragraph 94.
Pardon?
94.
Yes. General, I don't understand how. I mean, Mr. Madlanga is quite a prominent person. He has become quite a prominent person in the public space. He's lent you money. I don't understand how you would not recollect that you've actually had frequent communications with him, because the impression, at least that I had gained from your statement originally, was very minimal interaction with him. He lent you money, you paid it back, and then somewhere you say in your statement, he would ask you questions of general legal advice. But to put it as I don't recall that I was in frequent contact with him. I don't recall receiving or sending WhatsApp messages after the phone was repaired. I don't understand it for someone who clearly is prominent generally, but also in your life clearly. How do you explain that?
Yeah. As I testified previously that around January, I got some information that my name was used by him somewhere. And then I phoned him to say we must only talk about which is work related. So, and I don't remember myself phoning him unless it was something which I wanted to ask in relation to work, and I can't remember why I made these calls. So I'm saying in that perspective.
You do accept that you were in frequent contact with him, or not infrequent? Your contact with him was not infrequent.
Yeah, we're in contact, but not infrequent.
Okay, thank you.
General, we are going to deal with the calls in detail, and we'll deal with the call duration as we deal with your relationship with Mr. Madlanga. But before we get there, can we then go to your relationship with Sergeant Nkosi? And you deal with that at page 40 of your statement. Are you there, General?
No. I was looking at the paragraph instead.
Oh, apologies. It's paragraph 128.
No, I'm sorry. It's me. I went to the paragraph instead of a page. I'm there.
Okay. You'll see when you deal with describing your relationship, in the first part of the paragraph, you characterize it as a primarily work-related relationship. And then in the second part, you then say the relationship developed and he became like a younger brother and a friend. Do you see that?
Yes.
But if Regardless had to sort of the next three paragraphs, it seems that you go back into describing the relationship as mainly work-related and operational in nature. If you continue to paragraph 129.
Yes, we when we deal with work, we cannot be interacting like brothers, because that will happen outside the work, or when you're coming looking for assistance or for guidance and so forth, or visiting and so forth. But when we are at work, then it will then change to work related.
If I were to push you now to describe or to characterize your relationship, what would you characterize it as?
Yeah. Here I was trying to explain in full so that I don't leave anything out. that he's my subordinate. He's working with me. We started working for a long time where he was reporting under me. And we developed to be more than colleagues. But still, there is that line when we're at work.
So as matters stand, you have a close relationship with him,
Yes,
but for work purposes, you remain his superior.
that's correct.
Right. And then can we have a closer look at the exchanges that you have with Sergeant Nkosi? Because I think that will help characterize that relationship.
Okay.
Is that fine?
Yes.
So we are back in file 3. And unfortunately here, because we are working with both chats, I'm going to refer to page numbers. We're going to be jumping between the chats, right?
No problem.
Okay. So the first set of chats seems to be a lot of chats that are personal in nature, where there's personal favors requested. Do you accept that? That in the chats, you do exchange personal favors?
Sometimes it will happen unless I look at it.
All right, we can go there. An example would be on page 22.
Yes.
You'll see there, Sergeant Kosi sends you pictures of what looks like shoes, trainers. And if you continue down to page, goodness,
Page 39.
yes, so if you continue down, it's a lot of pictures of different types of shoes. And at one moment, you then revert with the shoe and the size that you want.
Yeah.
That's an example of a personal favor, correct?
Yes.
And then if you go to page 58, in particular, if you check chat number 6, are you, just let me know when you're there.
Page 58.
Yes.
Chart number 6.
Yes, it's towards the bottom of the page.
Yes.
You see there, you sometimes check on him and you express concern over his biking.
Yeah. Yeah, I can explain why I was worried.
You were at an event together.
Yeah, we went to police day in KZN, in Devon. He came with a bike. I was flying. When I arrived, I phoned the whole night. He's not answering. So I was worried, and he's driving alone. So the answer, I was so worried. Yes.
But you accept that you do check on his person.
I check on a lot of people who I care about.
Precisely, that you care about him.
Yes.
Okay. And then if you go to page 157, then I'm just going to use a few examples just to demonstrate some of the personal interactions and personal favors.
157.
Yes, 157.
Yes.
There you had a conversation with him about wanting a dog.
Yes.
And then he sent you pictures of what he was breeding.
Not him breeding. A white guy in Pretoria North is breeding.
Yes.
He was looking for a dog for me because I wanted a dog.
All right. So that's an example of a personal favor.
Yes.
All right. And if you go to page 55.
Not a personal favor.
So when you want a dog and he's looking for the dog for you, You don't classify that as a personal favor?
No, I indicated we like brothers. I asked him to assist me with something, so I don't take it as a favor. A favor might be somebody whom you are not related to. According to me, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong with my English.
Okay, a request amongst brothers, as it were.
Yes.
All right. So there's quite a few examples of those kind of requests between you and him that are personal in nature.
Yes, of course.
All right.
I understand those to be favors, asking for favors, General. But anyway, I don't think
I said under correction committee.
I don't think there's anything controversial.
Oh, I learned it today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And a final example I'll make, and I'm going to request that this not be shown. Commissioners, we go to file 4. Page 97. Sorry, General, this is a completely different file. File 4. At page 97. And there you'll see communication between Sergeant Nkosi and General Dlamini, where he is requesting some assistance for one of your family members. Can you see that?
General
Yes.
Zamini. General Zamini.
Okay, yes. If you look on the left side, see the name.
Oh, thank you. I think I'm hearing a mention of a General Zamini for the first time, so that's why I'm confused.
My apologies, Chair. It was dealt with briefly in the evidence of Sergeant Nkosi.
Thank you. Thank you.
But General, do you see there another instance of a favor or a gesture that Sergeant Nkosi was doing?
I see it, but it was to me this favor.
It's not directly to you, but it is to your family member.
Yes.
Yes. General, I'm merely trying to demonstrate from the chats that you have a very close relationship with the sergeant. And that from the chats, it's evident that he does personal favors for you, and in this case, for your family. I don't want to make it controversial.
No, I understand. From my explanation, our relationship, I indicated how is it. And if you can see there, the favor, the sword is for my daughter. And he speaks to my daughter and they exchange whatever. Fortunately, my daughter didn't even apply for this particular way. But he was able to assist. And what is written here is not even the truth, because my daughter is working and he was working even that time.
General, do you want to deal with it? I merely wanted to point to the nature of it. I had understood that you were uncomfortable with us dealing with it.
But I wanted to correct the context, and I didn't know how without compromising. I didn't know how, because it will seem as if there was that application made and submitted and favor was sought in a sort, but it didn't happen like that. But if it was done, yes, it was going to happen like that. I agree with you.
Yes.
But I was not even connected to this. And some of what is written here is indeed incorrect. because it never happened that to my daughter. And she was under employment. When they were talking, she wanted other employment somewhere.
Whatever the outcome, though, General, the point is, at the very least, it was an attempt at doing a favor for you.
Point taken.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, General.
So, for completeness, if we could just, for the record, say who is this Umashi Dlamini Metro? If General, you are able to answer the question, I can direct it to you. Otherwise, Ms. Bowie might be helpful.
Commissioner, I don't even know the person. I don't even know the person. The person is known to Sergeant Nkosi, not to me.
Thank you.
Commissioners, it is the Deputy Chief of Police in Tshwane.
Say that was the evidence of?
That's the evidence of Sergeant Nkosi.
Thank you.
If you could then return to your chat. So those were examples of personal favors. You'll also see that they're sort of what I term work-related material that's exchanged between the two of you. If you go to page 33,
Back at bundle 3.
bundle at file 3, yes.
And
File 3, page 33.
I'm there.
You will see that Sergeant Nkosi sends you what's contained in those MP4 files is CCTV footage. So he sends you about 5 videos, and that's followed by still shots of the car that was involved in that incident, and more videos as well as pictures of the suspect.
Yes.
So that's the kind of information that you also exchange.
Yes, yeah, it was a vehicle stolen, the Prado of Mr. Mandla Mandela in a shopping center. We sent them lookout to go and check and see if they cannot trace the suspects, because there were vehicles which we were suspecting as vehicle of interest, whom were seen following the vehicle when it was getting out. Fortunately, the vehicle was recovered in Limpopo and suspects arrested there. So we do share. We have also a group chat where we share this kind of information so that they can react faster as and when we receive this kind of assistance to say there is this, what have happened, yes.
So in this instance, he's sending this information to you.
Yeah, to say that, if I can explain,
Yes, please, General.
Commissioner, how is Sergeant Nkosi? Sergeant Nkosi is one person. You can ask you, where are you? You will check the picture of the building in front of you and send it to you to show where he is before he can explain anything. So when you send him to do something, when he get there, whatever he's doing, he'll be sharing with you all the way. Even if you respond or don't respond, he will be sharing with everybody. He is an arrest or is an whatever he's doing. You can send him to say, they say there is a suspect in this house. He will go there. When he don't find anybody, he will even take the photo of the house and send it to you. That is how he is. So he was sending to us to say, this is what they are following. They checked this kind of people. They seems to be somewhere in Benoni or whatever. And then they are following up for that particular period until such time we receive the feedback to say the vehicle was recovered and 3 persons arrested somewhere in Polokwane.
All right, thank you, General. And then you also see Another example at page 148. You'll see at chat 2 and
148.
yes.
I'm not yet there, so
Oh, my apologies, General.
I'm there now.
You'll see there he is sharing information related to a Messina case.
That's correct.
And in that instance, were you working with him on that case as well?
No. I think I was looking for them for something, and he was indicating they are busy with this Mosina case. And I think they made the arrest on this matter before I can even come back to head office. I was still at the province. But as typical of him, as I just said, he forwarded me what was he doing and busy with.
He also then, in the next chat, you'll see he sends you more pictures of vehicles and weapons.
Yes.
So again, is this part of just him sharing what he's doing?
Yes. As I said, sometimes if it is new arrest, we will share in our chat, which we are having as members of his team, and myself, I will be there. And sometimes we will send direct to myself. Like as I said, when I asked where was he when he was busy somewhere working on this matter, he will send me what he's doing, and then to show that this is what he's busy with.
When I thought you said when he was sending this, he was not even part of your team. You were in province.
No. By this time, I was part of their team.
Okay.
I remember, Commissioner, I came back to head office to head the organized crime component on the 18th of December 2023. And when he was sending this was in April 2024.
General, just some clarity on that aspect of when did he stop reporting to you. If you have regard to paragraph 129 of your statement, you say there that Sergeant Nkosi formed part of a team that reported to you operationally during that period, and he frequently attended at your office and would seek advice and guidance. You also indicate that there were morning reporting sessions and briefings. And then you say that this reporting structure remained in place until October 2019,
Yes.
when you were promoted to rank of brigadier in Gauteng.
Yes.
And then if you go to the next paragraph, you say that you rejoined organized crime in December 2018, and that Sergeant Nkosi was still attached to organized crime, specifically in anti-gang investigations, and that during that period, he was working closely with Brigadier Ramangwa.
Yeah. And
Just to clarify, in the paragraph there, it seems to suggest that that reporting structure stopped in October 2019. But in your response to Commissioner Balo, you indicated that in 2023 he was reporting to you.
yeah. I think even on the first day when I was testifying, I tried to correct that date, that 2023, not 2018. And on the other version, I don't know if my legal team have also submitted the corrected version. I even indicated, because I wrote on it. Remember, even with the witness A, there were duplication and so forth and whatever. But I tried to correct that one. It was 2023 to be precise.
All
Because
right.
I left 2019 1st of October and came back 2023, December 18.
So in 2023, Sergeant Nkosi was reporting to you from 2023.
Yeah, I said the component. Under the strength, he was under the component, but operationally, he was under Brigadier Ramango special team, which was reporting under the DDNC. However, I could also use them because we have got limited staff, and I'll be tasked now and then. For example, there will be some killings in Port St. John's. I must get the team and go there. I will get the team wherever I can get and go. There was intervention I need to do in Itebeja regarding gang violence and extortion. I have to. There was in at Nelson, not Nelson Mandela, at it's Mthatha. I forgot the name of the district now. What is called? There was cash in transit. I have to take a team and go there, and then because you are tasked now and then as there is problem to go there, but you are not having enough resources. So I can use any person who's there in within as long as they are not busy. So hence it was handy for me that I will know also what is happening, who's doing what to whom and whatsoever, so that I know my lane, that I don't put myself in the mix of anything. So that possibility was there, that you might be talking to him, you must be talking to whoever, I know.
And if you have regard to this one in particular, it was speaking or making very serious allegations against Generals Mkhwanazi and Khumalo.
Yes, but you have seen my response.
Yes, no, I'm merely asking you to note the contents.
Yeah, I noted. Hence I said my input was the whole thing is dragging the name because I know some of those things that some might have no truth on it. Because you asked me if I know there were groupings or, let me not use that other word, there were groupings of officers within the subs, then I said yes, I know there were those. So not necessarily whatever is written there, it might be true or not true.
No, General, I'm not testing the truthfulness of it. I'm merely noting the nature of the article or the contents of the article, that you can see what it says.
Yeah, no, I have seen, and I'm used for seeing them.
All right. Now, if you go to page 60.
Can I just check, Ms. Bode? Are you going to be coming back to deal with this, or you done with? Now, I just want to make the example at page 42. Are you still going to come and engage with it, or? And here's me trying to understand whether this is where we let you set things out, and then you'll still come back to them.
I'm trying to think of how to answer.
Answer truthfully.
So, Commissioners, what I'm trying to demonstrate and what will be evident from the body of what is shared is that in the main, what is shared is only negative and disparaging articles about specific people within the SAPS.
So you come
not
back
generalized.
You'll come
yes.
back to it.
And at this point, let's adjourn and resume at 11:15.